Ask anyone, and they will tell you that 2020 was a huge year of change and massive upheaval that they assign was to the shutdowns or to a particular virus that started to take over things. And I am here to tell you that that was only a symptom of what was actually going on. In this video, we're going to explore the true energetic foundation of what happened in 2020 that changed everything, why so many people are now more spiritually attuned and awake, why different structures, monopolies, institutions, organizations, religions, governments are falling apart in droves like they never have before, and what it is that you can actually do with this information to improve your life. So let's dive in and explore this. In 2020, most of us have really powerful stories of what happened to and for us or through us. It was a dramatic year of power, control, illness, and all of this was not just happenstance. This wasn't something that just popped up. This was astrologically rooted. Anybody who knows astrology and had been studying it was aware that 2020 was going to be a globally affected year. On January 12th, there was a major conjunction in the sign of Capricorn that involved the Sun, Mercury, Saturn, a dwarf planet called Ceres, and Pluto, all at 22 degrees of Capricorn. Not only has this not happened for centuries in any sign, for it to be in Capricorn was extremely significant. Let's break all of this down. So the sun represents ego and sense of self and core. It is one of the most potent energies in the zodiac and why it gets so much attention. There's a reason why sun sign astrology is so popular, and a lot of people don't even know that there's anything beyond the sun when it comes to their quote sign. Anytime the sun is in Capricorn, there's going to be an illumination around reputation, structures, organization, things that matter long term. Then you have Mercury that was actually at 23 degrees, definitely still considered conjunct, but Mercury is there, which is our mind, our thinking, our communication, and how we're traveling within our communities. Mercury is a very powerful energy of how we quickly move through things. And Mercury in Capricorn has a mind for long-term thinking. It is carefully thought out. If you have Mercury in your natal chart in Capricorn, you probably carefully think about everything before you say it. And that was the energy that we were in at the time. Moving on, we get to Saturn in Capricorn. Saturn in Capricorn is very happy there. That's a home, it's domicile. That's where Saturn feels the most connected, the most powerful, because Saturn is the energy of discipline and the great teacher in the sense of, I'm going to help you understand what it is that you missed so that you can go back over it again. It is permanent, it is solid. Saturn loves to delve out the gifts and the blessings, but only after it is that we have really done the work and that we have proven worthy of receiving whatever it is that we have done the work for. It is the energy of harvest. It is the energy of karma, of timing. Saturn is incredibly potent and often gets a bad rap because Saturn's not just going to give out stuff like candy. It's going to be very stingy on what it finds is allowed to receive the harvest of what was sown. And then you have Ceres, which is a dwarf planet that a lot of people haven't even heard of. Ceres is the energy of seasons. It's the energy of being out and productive and abundant versus being inward and taking time and nourishing. It's spring, summer versus fall, winter. It is very much about food and nourishment and stability and all of these things that often is connected to mother. And then you have Pluto. Pluto is one of the most potent energies that there is because it moves so slow. Yes, Pluto got demoted and isn't a planet anymore, but it is still a dwarf planet and its energy is definitely still felt and impacts us very, very much. So Pluto is the energy of complete death and destruction, total annihilation, incineration, and then a period of death, and then a rebirth. It is synonymous with the phoenix. It is aligned with resurrection. It is the energy of, this might kill me, but I need to understand it anyway because I will just come back to life after, even if there's a lot of suffering involved. Pluto will destroy what is not working. Pluto will illuminate the shadows of the things that are trying to stay hidden. So you take all of those energies and you wrap them up. And then we also had Jupiter in Capricorn, but it was several degrees away, so not considered a conjunction, but definitely lending energy to all of this. And we have not seen anything like this. In our known history, this has never, ever, ever happened. This isn't like, oh, something that happens once every 20 years. This is extremely rare and was a marked time for something that was set in motion a very, very long time ago. As old as the universe is, this was planned and this was known. And that is what has shifted. And the result of it was the lockdowns. The result of it was a virus that went all over the world. The result of it was deception and government corruption and discovery of such things. And now that we're several years out from this, we can see this illumination of structures and systems, very Capricornian, that are being revealed, that are being broken up, that have been shown to be corrupt, and that is coming to light. And it is very uncomfortable. It's still happening because these things are slow moving. And because this conjunction was such a big deal, the energy of it will reverberate for decades. But that was the inception point. That was the impact point. Kind of like the impact of an earthquake down in the bottom of the ocean results in a tsunami sometime later. That is what we have been experiencing. And that is also what I personally see is so much of the spiritual awakening. I've talked to so many spiritual entrepreneurs and other people who are just really awake in their gifts and helping people. And it just sort of came on. And so much of it was either started or dramatically amplified through 2020. So what can you do with this information? If you know anything about reading natal charts, you can go look at your chart and see where 22 degrees of Capricorn was in your chart, because that is where this energy reverberated through you personally. And that will probably illuminate quite a lot if you understand how to read natal charts about what happened for you and to you and through you and in you during that year. If you're not big on that or you want something else, I'm all about the practical. So you can just sit and think and meditate on this energy, everything we just talked about. You have so much in you. You have so much that you know, and you have access to divine light knowledge that can flow in and through you to reveal to you what it is that you need to know about this. So if you sit, turn off this video after it's done and just turn off all electronics and just sit with your own self and think about, how did this affect me? Ask your mind questions and sit and wait for the answer. How did this show up for me? What is here that I still need to learn from? Is there anything more that I'm missing? Is there something I need to pay attention to? All of this is so, so important and will definitely bless your life if you take the time to really allow that knowledge to illuminate within you. Allow the light to show you where the shadows were, because that is the power of light. Is it illuminates all the dark recesses. And if there is light emanating from something, there is no shadow in that thing. If you look at a flame, I've got a candle right here. If you look at a flame, there's no shadow from the actual fire because the light is coming from within it. That's why I call my business light filled, because the light fills it and there is no shadow, because shadows are just things that can't be seen because it's too dark, but it doesn't mean that they don't exist. And what I perceive is happening is that a lot of things are coming to light, and it's very uncomfortable. One, for those that don't want it to come to light, the people that benefited from it staying hidden. And two, it's very uncomfortable for other people that didn't know that they were benefiting from things being in the shadow. So it could feel like things are getting worse, but from my perspective, it's just that things are becoming illuminated. I would love to hear what you think. Drop comments. I want to hear all about how your spiritual gifts have woken up, what you've been seeing, how you have a different perspective. If this sparked anything in you, tell me all about it.